One of my fondest memories from when I was young was getting home from school after an arduous day of doing nothing to grab my PSP and play some God of War for hours. I played so much that I had to charge the PSP while playing, so now that I am an adult, I can put my time to use in a more productive way, watching platinum content creators. So I said to myself, I like to collect stuff, and I like video games, and I already make videos, so let's give it a try. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? And then, after thinking about it for a while, I decided that my first platinum ever would be God of War 3. So yeah, this is how it went. The game has a total of 35 trophies, most of them being story related, while some others had to do more with collecting items and completing some not so fair challenges.
Let's go!
The game opens up with a glimpse of all the gods that we have to defeat. We also see a very angry bald man named Kratos, who's making his way to the top by giving some rough love to everybody, being interrupted by a real seahorse that was extremely surprised to see Kratos flying around. We then had to start climbing the mountain by ourselves, getting of course our first blood chest on the way up. And also watching one of our allies try to fly away, but that didn't work. During the climb, we were also surprised by a discarded My Little Pony character who was feeling a little bit empty inside. After this, we encountered yet another real seahorse, but same as before, Kratos had an easy time dealing with him, just so we could experience peak gaming development inside of a cave. Now outside of the cave, we finally came face to face with Poseidon, who apparently was cosplaying Pikachu at the time, electrocuting Kratos multiple times, who already had enough and decided to go all NFL on him, tackling him outside of his Megazord and finally finishing him off, earning us the first trophy of the playthrough. We finally reached the top of the mountain, but Papa Zeus decided to cosplay Pikachu as well and threw us away off his mountain. While falling down, we also got betrayed by a giant nature lady called Gaia. Kratos decided to chill out on a magical river who sucked all his powers, encountering Athenas and receiving a brand new pair of love givers, which we used to continue our journey while sharing the love with almost everyone in our way. During our underworld trip, Kratos was able to get a hold of the Bow of Apollo, earning us the second trophy of the game. We then made our way to 3 big statues, who decided that we had to play a little bit more of the game, continuing then our field trip, and finding on the way the secret room full of hands, popping up another trophy, earning another one as we decided that it was time to upgrade our change. We then continued to turn everything into small red orbs, and we were lucky enough to find out that what matters lies inside of us, earning us another trophy. Using our bow, we interrupted a little puppy nap, allowing us to enter the Palace of Hades, where we had to go full big brain time to solve the puzzles that were laying inside, finally standing face to face with the god of the underworld himself. Kratos and Hades decided to go full summer camp mode, pulling a rope until Kratos decided that it was time for a piñata party, flexing his new chains and earning us a new trophy. But the fight was not over. Just exactly as a divorce, we also had to suck out the soul of Hades, finally finishing the fight and grabbing a helmet as part of our trip souvenirs. After finally getting out of the underworld, we also encountered the giant nature lady again, but Kratos did not seem that happy about it, but thanks to that we got yet another trophy for our collection. Apparently nobody told Kratos that he is not supposed to play with fire. On the other hand, that did earn us a trophy, so I let it slide for this time. Eventually we encountered another one of those My Little Pony discards, and it turned out that Kratos had already been covered with 500 buckets of blood. Talk about consistency. Then, continuing our revenge journey, we threw a red shell to Helios, causing for him to crash around and giving us the scene that will most likely be part of the thumbnail of this video, granting us the power of using a flashlight and earning us another trophy as well. But not everything was perfect. At this part of the video I did realize that I made a huge mistake. I forgot to pick one of the collectibles needed to get another trophy in the game, so I decided to play the entire game once again until this point.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
This time getting the missing coin, and hey, I also took advantage of the missed time by getting the Hitman trophy. I'm not gonna lie, I can't find the video guide that I used for this part, so yeah, sorry about that.
Let's go!
We finally were on track to continue our playthrough, making our way downtown, walking fast, flying around and finally getting a giant maze where we encountered Greek Flash. So we used this time to talk with him a little bit, and then climbed a giant change to watch a big box burn. We then again crossed paths with Greek Flash, stole his coin, and then gave him a lesson on why you should not mess with Kratos, earning us a new pair of shoes, and oh yeah, also a trophy. Thanks to our new wall running powers, we continued to climb around, cause we sure love to climb on this game. We fought with some more creatures and made our way to Greek Guitar Hero. Everything was running smooth until we encountered a quite big Hercules, stealing his
Nemean Cestus,
and used them to finish him off. getting another trophy, and this time we also made sure to pick his unique item for a future trophy. Kratos then made his way to a chamber where he was greeted with a lot of puppies, but he was not that happy to see them, earning us the Obedience School trophy in the process, liberating one of Poseidon's girls, and making our way to Aphrodite's chamber, where we read the Bible with her and some of her friends, earning us another trophy. We then returned to Hephaestus to talk about his daughter Pandora, so we then had to continue our way to the Tartarus, where we also met the final discarded pony for our trophy. After making our way through the Tartarus, we managed to open the
Gates of Tisiphone,
which granted us another trophy. Kronos then tried to squish us in between his fingers, but we were able to free ourselves to fight some spooky scary skeletons. But the fight was cut short when Kronos decided to have a snack, but that was not a great idea considering Kratos' history, so yeah, we pretty much just busted out of his belly with a new rock for our rock collection. Kratos climbed once again to the top of Kronos' face and ended him once and for all, and by doing so, we earned yet another trophy. By using the
Nemean Cestus,
we made our way back to Hephaestus, who handed over some new weapons before deciding that it was a pretty good idea to betray us, and let's say that that did not end well for him. After a quick stop with Aphrodite, we were able to get our final Phoenix Feather, as well as the last Gorgon Eye, so we got those trophies as well. Apparently Hera had a pretty good time with wine, so we took the last unique item and unlocked another trophy. And while I was waiting here, I decided that it would be a good time for me to release every single one of Hades' souls, granting us the trophy for that as well. During our trip inside Hera's labyrinth, we got the last Minotaur horn, granting the Horn of Plenty trophy. By looking at things on a different perspective, we also earned another trophy and we were finally out of the labyrinth, letting us continue our journey, while being one step closer to the end of the main story. We pretty much got out from one labyrinth to get inside another one, where we fought a giant ice scorpion, which gave us the ability to use pretty cold air, so that's how we got the next trophy. At the middle of the labyrinth, we encountered Pandora and decided to free her up as she is needed for a bigger plan. We got another trophy and we advanced to a pretty tricky part of this trophy hunting. We had to complete the rest of the labyrinth without dying even once, so after multiple tries and some resets, we finally got the trophy from the labyrinth, and as you are able to see, I was pretty excited about it. During our trip back to the Three Giant status, we also maxed out our items for the pretty properly named Maxed Out Trophy. Kratos had no time to waste, so he decided then to break the chains of the world, flying away and earning another trophy by doing so. We then made our way with Pandora to her big burning box, but Zeus decided to step in and complicate everything. So after a little father and son quality time, Pandora was able to open the box, which turned out to be empty, so Kratos was pretty mad about it, deciding to go after Zeus. So we fought him, but we were interrupted once again by Gaia. Kratos had enough of this, so he decided to impale Zeus at Gaia's heart, ending the life of the Titan and apparently defeating Zeus. But of course, it could not be that easy, so we then had to fight Zeus' spirit or soul, whatever you want to call it. We were able to confront Kratos' nightmares, letting us finally end Zeus and earning us the last trophy of the main story. Of course, with Kratos ending impaled by himself, earning us another trophy. But this was not the end. We still had to complete all the challenges, and let me tell you.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
So yeah, some of the challenges were easy, but some of them were not. But finally, after some tears, blood and some toxic behavior on my end, we got the trophy for completing all the challenges of the game. I already had enough of the game, so thanks to the guide provided by PS5 Trophies, linked in the description, we performed an exploit to be able to complete the game on Titan mode, getting the last trophy and watching my first ever platinum pop up on the screen. So that's it guys, that was my journey on getting every single trophy on God of War 3. I hope that you liked it. I will catch you once again on the next video. Nos vemos en el próximo video.